This is Lorraine, and this is my post lab on the crayfish and the squid. First, we have the symmetry and body plans of the two animals. Both show bilateral symmetry because the animals can be divided through one plane, a sagittal plane, to generate left and right halves that are mirror images. They are both invertebrate animals and both have cephalization, with the squid showing a higher degree. One difference is that squids display four main body plans: the mantle, visceral mass, the head, and the muscular foot, while the crayfish has two main body segments, the cephalothorax and the abdomen. Being an arthropod, the crayfish has a hard exoskeleton to protect its soft inner body. Now, squid, being part of phylum Mollusca, means they have soft bodies with no hard exoskeleton. However, they do have an inner shell called a pen. Another similarity is since they're both bilateral animals, they are triploblastic. Both of these animals have a coelom and are protozoans. We have the digestive system. Both these animals have a complete digestive system because of the two openings, the mouth and the anus. Both animals ingest, digest, and absorb their food. Like squid, they grab their food using their tentacles and ingest through their mouth. Since squids do not have any teeth, they use their beaks, right here, which is found in the buccal mass, right here, to break the prey into smaller pieces. In addition to the beak, squids possess a rough tongue called a radula that helps tear flesh of the prey into smaller pieces to go through the esophagus. The food is then traveled to the stomach for digestion. Once finished, the food goes into the cecum, which is where absorption of nutrients take place in. Any waste is then moved to the intestine to the rectum, then excreted through the anus. The crayfish digestive system is kind of similar. While squids use their tentacles and beaks, the crayfish uses claws to catch and tear apart their food. The food is ingested into the mouth, then into the esophagus. The food is then initially digested in the cardiac stomach, which is lined with gastric teeth that grind the food into smaller pieces. It then travels to the pyloric stomach to absorb the nutrients. Then the waste goes through the intestine and to the anus for excretion. Digestive systems may differ in a way to another, but they have the same process, catering to their own body plans. We have the circulatory and respiratory systems. Squids and crayfish differ in their circulatory systems. Squid have a closed circulatory system, while a crayfish is open. The reason a squid is closed is because it helps with their active lifestyle. The respiratory system is specialized to allow for an increase of metabolic needs, as the circulatory system brings more blood to organs as they are predators. With the crayfish being scavengers and not needing to use a lot of energy, it is why it will have an open circulatory system. Both animals breathe using their gills. In a crayfish, they have no veins, but a squid does. Crayfish has one heart, and a squid has three to pump blood at a higher pressure. Squids are found in oceans, and crayfish are in freshwater, leading to squids needing a closed circulatory system to escape danger and catch any prey, while crayfish don't need to worry much about this. In the squid, we can see the branchial heart and the gills, and then in the crayfish, here are the gills and the heart, and you can see the difference between the two. We have the reproductive system. A similar concept of both is that each individual has only one sex, a male or a female. Different from other aquatic animals, fertilization of a squid takes place internally in a female. In a squid's reproduction, a male and female will swim together with their tentacles clutching onto one another. The male uses the spermatophore to transfer sperm into the female's sperm receptacle, which is in the mantle cavity. The sperm attaches to the egg, and most are released to the environment on a plant or a coral surface, while some are just floating freely. These animals, mating is a one-time occurrence, and so both male and female squids will die after mating. In a crayfish, there is usually a certain time when reproduction occurs, which is in the spring. The male transfers its sperm using a copulatory spinneret into the female's seminal receptacle, located right here, where she stores it. The female lays the eggs in the spinnerets of her abdomen. There, the female protects, carries, and supplies air to the eggs until they hatch and become larvae. Both animals share similar functions in different ways. Each animal has a different body plan that caters to them, but most have similar functions and processes.